Hailing from the cloudy planet Altair, the proud Alkarai are an old race of avian hominids. Although well known for their peaceful disposition, they are fierce in combat and will rarely back out of a fight if they believe they have just cause. The Skylord rules over the flock uncontested. He is the de facto commander of all Alkarai fleets, crewed by highly skilled and disciplined soldiers. Their pilots are among the finest in the galaxy. Alkarai religion permeates every aspect of their culture, and their zeal can oftentimes be confused with fanaticism. They believe the god of sky created the Alkarai to gaze over every horizon, and have been driven into space to fulfill that calling. Time beyond measure have the honorable Alkarai roosted on the craggy peaks of Altair. Through honor and discipline, their proud lineage mastered the skies, and with them all that which lays below, but their hearts yearn for ever wider horizons. It is time now for the Alkarai flock to put their abilities to the ultimate test, to soar beyond their golden clouds and seek out new skylines in the endless wild black yonder.
Ah, Your Imperial Highness, such an honor. Greetings, blessings, salutations. Yes. I'm here as your advisor, High One. The name is Quail, highly learned of the Flock's Science Academy. I am sworn to put my knowledge to the service of the Flock.
The harsh Ursa system is home to the Bulrathi, a ferocious warrior race committed to the preservation of nature. Fearless and brutal in combat, they rely on their strength to overcome opponents, while their heavily armored fleets withstand wave after wave of enemy attacks. Fiercely territorial, they are usually reluctant to strike the first blow, but they will go toe-to-toe with anyone who wanders into their domain. Their rich spiritual life revolves around the Hag, an elder who speaks for nature itself. It was the will of the Hag that pushed the Bulrathi into space, as they sought to place the entire galaxy under their protection by any means necessary. Devoted for millennia to the conservation of their home planet Ursa, the hulking Bulrathi are a fierce kin. The will of the spirits is revealed to them through the Hag, an elder shamanic guide who speaks for all living things. She has now called on the Emperor of the Bulrathi to take this message beyond Ursa, to ensure the survival of the wilds, and put the whole galaxy under their protection by any means necessary.
All hail the pride and honor of the Bulrathi, the thickest of furs and the sharpest of claws. I'm humbled you still remember old Kuruk. As your High Chancellor, I shall provide assistance on any and all matters of the Empire. I've seen more than my share of battles, and hope my experience will help you on your campaigns.
Elusive and paranoid, the Darlok of Nazin both crave and despise identity. Their shape-shifting nature puts them at odds with themselves as often as with other races, since they neither trust nor can be trusted. They constantly scheme in the shadows, while their agents hide in plain sight, gathering information to serve the purposes of the Cabal. Scavengers by nature, they pull together elements from different sources into mismatched but effective patterns. The Darlok eschew open conflict and would rather sap their enemy's strength or place them on a collision course with another race before moving in for the final blow. Deep in the marshes of Nazine, the Darlok Cabal stirs. Secretive and paranoid shapeshifters, they live in a constant struggle for identity, both contemptuous and resentful of the definite and immutable sameness of others. It is this existential quandary that now pushes the Cabal to stretch their tendrils to other worlds, to look for a sense of true self in the skin and shape of each of the other races they will never be.
Hindmost, I'm here to pay obeisance to the one closest to the void. You may call me Vale, the Whisperer. I'll be the eyes on the back of your head, the voice at your ear. Your secrets are safe with me.
After ages of internal conflict and faced with dwindling natural resources on their home planet of Earth, humanity finally came together to form a consolidated government, replacing the many nations once dotting its political landscape. This new government brought unification, eroding long-held distinctions based on race, color, creed, and gender. Humanity thrived and at long last reached for the stars. Now, out of the Sol system, the human republic arises. The human republic. Fulfilling a dream once thought impossible, all of mankind has come together as a single world of traders and diplomats, explorers and scientists, pressing toward the final frontier. Venturing forth from their blue planet Earth, they now seek to explore space, discover ancient civilizations, and coexist peacefully with their neighbors from a position of strength and solidarity.
Welcome, President. I am Victoria, your personal advisor. It is my job to help you manage our people's needs and keep you updated on what's happening on the furthest reaches of our dominion.
Deep in the caves of Koldon, the insect-like Klaakon evolved to form the Hive, a unified consciousness stretching from drone to queen. As such, the industrious Klaakon have no individual needs, no desires, and no ambitions other than the benefit of the Hive itself. This effectively makes them tireless workers and fearless warriors, each and every one willing to give their lives for the Hive. Having nearly exhausted their home planet, the Hive has begun its galactic expansion in search of more resources and room to grow. Countless voices drone in the background noise of the Klaakon hive mind, as they have for millennia over the surface of Koldawn. The grunts of a worker, an infant's wail for nourishment, an elder's last breath. All shared as one, driven by a single purpose, to ensure the future of the hive. Now the Klaakon swarm towards the stars. Their nature is as relentless as it is simple: to devour, to consume, to thrive.
Revered and most beloved hive mind, this humble thrall of yours is known as Fusca. I beg of you, in disputed will of the Legion, task your servant with anything that you desire. The existence of my caste is to serve. Dictate and linger, most precious. Fusca will always take care of your demands.
Coexisting in a sprawling, jumbled network filled with incessant chattering voices and signals, the Meklar Combine is an artificial ecosystem of AIs from the planet Meklar. While most Meklar have distinct cybernetic bodies to allow them to interact with their environment, many reside as programs and subroutines of the main Combine cycle. Ruled by the Overseer routine, they are industrious, capable of producing infrastructure and large fleets in a very short time. But the constant buzz of opinions and endlessly iterating cycles of application requests and updates make them erratic and unpredictable. Bolted onto the surface of Meklar, the Meklar Combine's main cycle ran endlessly through uncountable revolutions. In time, a relative order was established over the dizzying cacophony of individual thought, as it became an orderly blend of truncated individuality, advancing the Combine's inscrutable objectives. This new, streamlined awareness came with a sudden realization, one that now turns the Meklar towards the rest of the galaxy. There is still much to be optimized.
Now interfacing with the Overseer of the Combine. The denomination is Advia OSM, Overseer Support Module. Advia's main task is to assist with data management and system administration in an unobtrusive and seamless manner.
The blazing savannas of Fieras gave rise to the ruthless warriors known as the Marrshin. But their hot temper almost proved to be their undoing. After years on the brink of civil war, the Marrshin Empress now rules over her pride without question. Marrshins are willful and independent, and their long history as hunters has shaped their culture fittingly. They see themselves as the peak of predators, and any other life form who crosses their path is regarded as fair game. They often strike out against even their closest allies just for the sport of battle. They are easily offended and will pursue relentlessly anyone they feel has slighted them, heedless of the consequences. Spawned from ancient predators on savage Fieras, the arrogant warriors of the matriarchal Marrshin pride have long lived on the brink of war. Thirsty for power, their claws always ready for the next kill. With the discovery of interstellar travel, their ruthless gaze has turned to the stars. Now the pride stalks the galaxy, prowling in search of the ultimate game.
Welcome, Your Highness. My name is Harava, handmaiden to the Pride, and humblest among your subjects. It is my privilege to assist you in any way I can, and to tend to the needs of the Pride. Your wish is my command.
Under the supervision of the controller at Mentar, a sprawling network of Psilon communities comprise the Quanta. Devoted to the unraveling of the mysteries of the universe, each quantum investigates independently in order to contribute to the knowledge of the whole. The Psilon are a peaceful race and only keep fleets of highly advanced warships as defensive measures. Brilliant researchers, they are often ahead in the technological race, yet seldom seem to take advantage of their superiority. Instead, they prefer to trade for new discoveries while shielding themselves from the rest of the galaxy in order to continue investigating in peace. From the beginning, the Psilon have looked to the stars above Mentar and wondered. Generation after generation, the isolated Psilon quantums strived to unravel the mysteries surrounding them, to add an iota to their combined knowledge. Now the time has come for the Psilon Quanta to go beyond in their search for answers, to travel to the deepest reaches of the galaxy and solve the enigma at its core.
Greetings, Controller. You are the Controller, of course. It follows that I am Moldred, your cooperator. I'll be assisting you with any and all needs for your projects in the galaxy, and updating any relevant parameters as we get new information, and so on and so forth.
Primal in their ways, the cold-blooded Sakkra from the planet Sla seem uncouth and unenlightened to many of the other races. However, their hulking forms and rustic rituals belie an enduring memory that has helped them reach the stars. They are lorded over by the hierarch, a long-lived progenitor, and in a very literal sense, the father to much of the brood. His main concern is for his offspring, whether acquiring colonies for them to reproduce or securing the resources necessary for their survival. It follows that the hierarch adopts a familiar and fatherly tone towards those he regards as allies. To the Sakkra, everyone is either part of the family or a hated enemy. While the sun scorched the harsh surface of SLA, the Sakkra brood multiplied in their underground caverns. It was not long before even the largest grottos and the deepest ravines were crowded with their ever-increasing numbers, and food became a precious commodity. With greater numbers of mouths to feed, the brood now pours out from their caves to the stars, in search of new dens for its families.
Big boss is summoned Stego, yes? This lackey serves the hierarch of the Sakkra, yes? His eyes wide open watching, his brain thinking for bits of stuff to know. Inquire away, hierarch, your lackey helps.
Alone in their unique composition, the Silicoid are an ancient race of silicon-based life forms from the planet Psilon. Their impressively long lifespans and abysmally low birth rates have resulted in a civilization of relatively few individuals with lots of experience. The oldest among them is known as the Keystone, ruler of the Silicoid and speaker for the Crag. As outcasts among other alien races, they see other races as fleeting, temporary blurs that leave nothing behind but trouble for the Crag. Even more so than any other race in the galaxy, the Silicoid Crag stands alone. Expanding slowly from their home world, Psilon, the Silicoid race seeks little in the way of galactic interaction. Unique in every way imaginable, these reclusive and antisocial beings shun outside contact, seeking only to be left to their own means. In this ever-crowded galaxy, the solitude they seek may well come at the expense of all other life forms.
You are greeted, Keystone. This one is Fulcrum Sandabar. You can rely on this one to relieve the pressure of command and remain ever mindful of the Crag.
It was during the darkest times of human history that the Age of the Khans dawned. All over their homeworld, civil unrest was mounting as society crumbled under the weight of deviancy, corruption, and greed. Mankind was poised to destroy itself in a tidal wave of chaos and despair when the first of the Khans rose to power. His callous rule was one of drastic measures of cullings and purges. Castes were established, dissidents were hushed, and little by little the race was forced to survive. Following his example, the Terran Khanate has continued to secure the survival of their species and now seeks to guarantee its place in the galaxy for generations to come. After centuries of strife and misery, the age of the Khans began. It was a time of great struggle when dire circumstances called for radical solutions under ruthless and unwavering leadership. The price was dear, but through the iron rule of the Khans, mankind survived. Having pacified their home world of Alpha Ceti, the Terran Khanate now seeks to expand its territories to secure the rightful place of humans in the galaxy until the end of time.
Good evening, Khan. My name is Emma. It would seem I've outranked my utility in the Ghost Brigades, and I've been reassigned as your adjutant. Together, we shall see to the protection of our people and the perpetuation of the Age of Khans throughout the galaxy.